Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Married at First Sight All-Star Panel. I'm Glenn from Jack and Glenn.
And I'm Jackie.
I'm Jackie. And she's back, y'all. She's back. She's back.
Yeah.
And that's Miss Talisa Ray. What's going on, Talisa? How you doing?
Good. Hey, how y'all doing? Excuse me if I be coughing, okay? It's fine. Don't worry. I'm alive.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. And we got my main man, Tommy, for August Love Story. Tommy, what's going on? How everything's going with you, sir?
Man, I'm good over here, man.
That's good, man. Married at First Sight. Man, we on episode 8 already. Couples moving in, right? Couples are moving in, and I can't say every couple moved in, but we got couples who's supposed to move in. And we got drama in the neighborhood already. Drama in towns and situations. But let's start with a couple who's doing pretty well. Let's start with Chris. And I keep forgetting this girl's name.
Nicole.
And Nicole. Chris and Nicole. Chris, I don't know why I keep forgetting Nicole's name. Chris and Nicole. I want to call her something else. I want to call her Cam, but it's Chris and Nicole. Chris and Nicole. And we see Chris and Nicole. They had their fur babies. Their dogs meet each other. Talisa, we'll start with you kicking off. What's your thoughts of your thoughts of Chris and Nicole so far and what you've seen?
You know, it's so funny. I'm all like, he's not gonna start with me because I forgot how this go. But it's cool. I got it. It's cool. It's cool. This is what baby brothers do. That's how they do you. They be like, you get in there. I don't care. Drown. I'll catch you. I'll be there in a little bit.
Because they've been asking for you. They've been asking for you.
So yeah, no, it's okay, Glenn. You know I love you. So, I was this time with them. We seen the dogs. The dogs got to meet. And I was a little nervous after last season in the dog debacle, that dog gate that we had experienced. And it seemed like they're going to work out well, except for, like, you know, she has to tell her little baby, I don't even know the baby name right now, bye, because of Coda and Killer. That ain't the dog's names, but they both got a C or a K. I don't know, because he was crying. And I'm thinking to myself, so you going to just let her dog be gone? Like, do something different. I just, and you just gonna give up your dog and you over there, you play little piggy thing with the dog. Like, but that wasn't the thing for me because they're doing pretty well. And I really think they're doing pretty well because she is kind of suppressing a lot of who she is. Like, we aren't seeing that full New York, because it's there. We know that it's there. And I'm glad they showed us that clip of her showing that photo, talking about whoever picked this photo is stupid or whatever she said. I was really good to see part of her personality because it feels like she's constantly suppressing it. But one of the big things for me was they're already talking about extending their leases. Like, so after this 8 weeks is over, we're going to extend our lease for 9 more months. And that's not something that she wants to do, but something that he came with, which for me feels like a yellow flag. Like, you're just compromised. You're just saying, I'm going to go along with what you're saying, Chris, because I want this relationship to work. I want this relationship to work at all costs. I mean, and she's one of those people that get hard eyes. Like, I know I haven't been here, but she wanted you do something nice for her. And it's like, oh my God, I love him because he's done this thing that other people haven't done. And so my fear is that she's going to continue to suppress how she feels for the sake of the relationship and being, nice to Mr. Nice Guy, who probably really ain't as nice as he claiming to be. I'm just gonna keep it a band. I'm just waiting to see if he gonna nicely like jabber, because you know he ain't gonna be mean with no attitude. But it's nice guys when they get you, it'd be in the nice tone. It'd be like, well, you know you wrong, and we all gonna be looking like, well, she wasn't anyway. But I feel like that's gonna be her suppressing all of her real emotions are going to be a problem. Well, I don't really, when they sat there with Pastor Cal, I don't really agree with this, but I'm doing it, you know, to keep the pace or save grace or whatever the words that she was, but it was that I'm not going to express how I really feel so that everything can work out okay. And so I don't know. I mean, I like them together. They do seem like they mesh together. They seem like there's a balance, but the only other thing is she's going to constantly be having to coddle him. That's also an issue for me. Like, I don't want to have to be the one constantly, are you okay? What about me? Am I okay? I'm getting rid of my little dog, little choo-choo. I don't know the dog's name. But, and you checking on me, or you say, how are you feeling, babe? I know the dogs are here. And like, what, are you going to give me that? And I've already told you that I'm going to need you to be a little more attentive. So I don't know. That's all I got on them. They didn't have really much. They don't have much really going on except for that 9 months extended lease. But then again, we know that the people be moving in together and then they break up. Then 2 weeks later, they be like, we not together no more. It didn't work out. And now nobody got no place to stay. So at least Chris is looking forward in that regards. Like, what if it's only been a week? Okay, so I'm done now.
Tommy, your thoughts, man, on Chris and Nicole.
To answer Talisa's question, the dog's name Charlie, her dog, and I think the other dog name is Coda and Kobe. I think is what the other dog name is. Now,
you sure his name ain't Humper?
Huh?
I know, right?
You sure his name ain't Humper? Because he be humping.
Man, he was getting it in. I mean, like he was. I'm Tyrone. But man, you talking about somebody humping. So Chris and Nicole, I had to look. He did GTD, and you know they did say that the biggest thing for them with me was her compromise, and I'm gonna say a compromise because she didn't have anything to rebut it with, but was the 9-month lease thing. Like she's going along with it because she don't have an answer. Like the only thing she can say is, "No, we're gonna be together." And I think Chris is. I'm leaning more on his side. It's like, yo, if you can get a short-term lease, well, maybe that might be a good idea because you don't know the outcome. You know, time and issue is for them. I can't say that I'll be like, I'll go into this and be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna just run head straight into it. But I also would have another plan too. I'll be like, well, I'll just stay with my parents or something like that. But in his case, he's looking at it like his parents not an option, and this is like, look, we can get a 9-month lease. We've been paying for it. It ain't gonna be an issue, you know. But if she would have came with a rebuttal or something other than we just gonna stay together, like I think she probably would have had a better argument than that. But she needs to speak up more about that. She can't be the person that's always taking a hit because she let Charlie go stay with her dad, which he has 2 dogs, she has 1. It makes sense. I just let my one stay, you know, with my dad, and it's cool. But I mean, the focus more on getting to know each other. You know, I think that's the biggest thing for them because it was, for me, it was weird with this is your mom and this is your, you know, I don't have a dog, but you know, I like dogs, but it's like, this is your new mom and stuff like that. And all I was thinking was, what if they say no on decision day? You know, what happens with these dogs in the relationship? Artika said them dogs don't care. But it was just for me, it was just so weird how easy she tries to make things for him in this situation. Like, I'm glad that they're having a easy path now, but it is a lot going, you know, she is taking a lot of the bumps and the hits. When she was complaining about the picture, I was just like, now that's weird. That's a reason for me to have some type of concern. You're mad at somebody for printing out a picture that you ain't have nothing to do with. If you don't like the picture, just pull it down and keep it moving. But you literally talking to a camera, knowing, hey, they probably gonna show this. You acting a fool. That's all they want to do is show when you're, you know, acting in some type of dumb manner. And I think that was one of those moments. I'm trying to make sure I get through because I ain't write a lot about them. I did say he hit. They had sex. Oh, the everyday about decision day thing. She got to stop. Like that's like they're gonna get into an argument because we all know that happens in relationships. They're gonna get into an argument and she gonna be like, the next day she gonna be like, do you, if tomorrow was decision day, would you say yes? And he's still gonna be filming from the day before. Like, I don't know. When the definite yes becomes a maybe, they're gonna run into an issue. and then she's gonna second guess the whole relationship because she has a thing for, I guess, people not really showing her true love or how she should really be treated. And then that's probably gonna spark one of those things when the yes becomes a maybe. And that's gonna go down into a spiral. So she needs to stop asking that and kind of be more open about her ideas and what she wants, because I hate to see it when they Artika. I hate to see it when they when they really get into an argument, because it's gonna be worse than what everybody thinks it is, and it's probably gonna be over something like the smallest thing. Oh, he left the light on at night, something like that. You got something?
Chris and Nicole.
Chris and Nicole.
They crazy and they gonna make it because they crazy. I don't know how far after decision day, but because she was defending him on after party, so they gonna make it.
That's all I got.
I'm done.
Yo, I just want to say I'm kind of, the lease situation had me messed up because I'm sitting here like, I've done this. Like I did month-to-month lease when I was getting ready to leave and move after we got married. I had a month-to-month lease. I'm like, why? I was just big on the number. Like, why 9 months? Right? Would he just pull that out of a hat and say 9 months? Why
that felt very strange to me. But I mentioned in our review that I've never been offered a 9-month lease.
No.
I've heard of it before.
I've never been offered one.
Yeah, I never heard 9 months. I've heard month to month. I've heard 6 months.
Yeah,
I've seen 6 months. I've seen 12 months. Tommy had like a random 14-month lease at one point in life.
Didn't even know it.
I've seen 16 months. I've seen 2 years. We did month to month when we were buying our house. So,
right. That's what I'm saying. So if it doesn't work, at least in a month, I know. I told Jack, I said, what's crazy is hers was running out like 2 weeks later after his. How about you live with her for like 2 weeks and see if it works? And then y'all move to another place. If it don't work, you can go. I think it really is that he likes his apartment and he doesn't want to move because his apartment allows him to have his 2 dogs. And he's not sure if he can go somewhere else and get the same accommodations he had with the dogs. And I think I said this last week. Man, we'd have had, all 3 of us would have been in there. All 3 dogs would have been in that apartment. Who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? Would the production say, "Oh, you can't have that dog in here"? Okay, I'm staying at home. Everybody else is staying at home.
Man, we're gonna get to that though.
I would have brought all 3 dogs. I'm just with her. I think you guys' assessment is right. She's needy, and he can do anything. Because I'm feeling like the way I looked at it, and she may not have said it. She still stayed with the guy who burnt her with a cigarette. Who put the cigarette on her arm? So
she's staying with him.
No, she
stayed with him.
She stayed with him
after.
after. She stayed with him afterwards.
Oh.
Like this dude ain't doing none of that. He can do anything he wants, and she ain't going nowhere. Oh, decision days are yes, unless he cheats, he ain't going nowhere. I mean, she's needy. She wants love. Anybody who asks you every day, "Are you still gonna be with me, or do you still love me?" If he was a dog or he was manipulative, he can really get over on her. He can really get over on her and do whatever he wanted to do and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I love you though. I apologize. Don't come home till like 3 days later. Be like, my man, what's the dude from Charlotte that had the Amber?
Oh yeah,
Matt.
Matt.
Be like Matt, and don't come to the apartment for 3 days, and then come back and say, you know what, Nicole, I love you. She'd be like, okay. That's what I think she is though.
And that's why I think she didn't speak up with the apartment thing, because she's so desperate to be loved. And here's this guy, like a guy she's never dated before. And so she was like, in her vignette, "Oh, I agree with Pastor Cal, but you won't speak up to him because you're scared he gonna leave." And I think that's why she let her look. It was funny because Chris was like, "I haven't seen that side of her." Pastor Cal was like, "Oh, you haven't? Let me show. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Watch her." Watch her. And Chris was like, "Oh, wait, she was bugging about that picture. She was wilding about that picture." So I think those 2 things, she's not going to speak up when she disagrees with what he says, and she's not going to let the full crazy out because she's scared to run him away, because he the best thing since sliced bread to her right now. When she talked about her dating history, I was like, she done dealt with some crazy dudes. And so that was, I'll go with what Talisa said, definitely a yellow flag. I'm not gonna say it was a red, but it's a warning. Like, you might want to be careful. And yeah, I didn't understand the lease thing neither. Me and Glenn agreed. It was like, why don't you just renew? If you're thinking maybe we might not stay together, just renew one lease. I think Tommy said it too. And then if it don't work out, he lives there. He's from Nashville. Go live with your parents until you get someplace to go. But what? Why don't we both renew? So you're gonna renew both leases, and then Pastor Cal told him too. And Nicole said it. With us, it's gonna be hard to go from seeing each other every day, living with each other every day, to being in two different places. And she said it. We're going to end up going from seeing each other 5 days a week to probably two. It is too easy to fall back into your before married at first sight routine. That's not going to work.
Plus, she likes to, he must have this.
Oh, yeah, because she was ready to put Pastor Cal out.
Plus, she likes the pipe, because he must have laid some good pipe, because she was ready.
She was like, as soon as y'all leave,
we're gonna get some more. I'm gonna have some more of this. Again.
But she was the one that was hot to try. She said I figured 2 days in, I'm gonna be getting me something. That she a few days off of her playing schedule, but
she must have liked what she got, because she still wants some more. So.
Oh, quiet Chris. Nice guy Chris.
Oh, quiet Chris.
Putting it down.
Putting the work in. Anything else you guys have for Chris and Nicole that we might have missed?
No, I think y'all hit everything.
I got nothing.
Cool.
Me either. I don't have nothing. Kingston came in here like he had something to say, but he ain't got nothing.
Let's go here. I'll start with August love story. Kirsten, whatever.
No, I'm like, is it Kirsten or Kirsten?
Everybody call it different. And my main man Shaq, because she just told Shaq that she don't even like him. He ain't better eye. Y'all thoughts on Kirsten and Shaq?
He knows she don't like him. Like, he understands. He's making sure to point it out at every turn that he can, so that he's not sitting here like, I didn't know what happened. Like, he's making it very known, like, she tripping. She says she don't like me, but then she be snuggled up next to me. She says she don't like my bald head, but then she's like, we have so much fun together. Like, she's confusion. He doesn't look the way that she thought her husband was supposed to look, and she can't get past that. I can't get past the fact that she didn't have a nightstand in her room. That's what I can't get past. She says she's a minimalist. I'm like, nah, that looks like a strugglist, because a nightstand. And then she got on After Party and she was like, I moved in my apartment in 2021 and it was hard finding things. I get exactly where you coming from. We bought a house in 2021. We went how many weeks without a dresser? Like 3?
I don't know.
It was long. It was long enough. It was too long. And we was finally just like, we gonna get something. IKEA got something in stock. I'm taking that. I go buy a nightstand. They sell them at Walmart. You could get the little cube cubby things. That's what we got. Like, get something. Just your house. She was like, I don't need bar stools. You don't need bar stools, but they would be nice to have. Like, what is going on here? Go ahead.
Okay. Now I got it to a point, but first thing, she said early in the previous episodes that COVID really made her what is called a
recluse.
A recluse.
That's not the word she used.
But it made her to herself. So I get her not having bar stools. She probably not inviting people over. The other thing is like it's she didn't have furniture because for whatever reason. I didn't understand that. When I first moved into my apartment by myself, when I moved down here, I didn't have furniture because I couldn't afford it. So she had a bed. I had a futon mattress that my cousin let me have until I bought me a futon. Then I bought me a bed. And then Artika moved in and I had a couch and a futon.
And an extra bed.
I was living the life then. man,
And
but
an extra bed.
and
Because I
extra
came with a
bed.
bed.
And an extra bed. But I think that's gonna be the biggest. Like that's a workaround, right? We actually asked a question in our review was like, who's the more organized person in the relationship? Because most of the time, people think the lady of the relationship is the more organized one. But we were saying like, hey, we're similar to them. We're like, I'm more organized than Artika is, and with Shaq and
Kirsten. I
Kirsten,
said we're gonna call it K.
Kay, with Shaq and Kay, he's more organized than she is because she rather not have anything. You know, he looked in her closet and her shoes were everywhere. He was like, "Oh my God, it's shoes, and this is just over." I was like, "Dude, just chill out, man. If you're gonna be married to this woman, you might as well get used to it. Just put her on the side that you don't have to frequent, and you'll be okay." Um, but it's like the part that she doesn't seem to like him, but I want to say she does like aspects of him. He may not be the look that she's looking for, but he's everything else. Like this brother is a catch, you know. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Like he ain't me or nobody, but he's definitely a catch, you know. Um, so I like the thing about it is she's gonna grow. I think she's gonna grow more into him, but it's just going to take a little time and a little patience from his side, and they're just going to have to get to know each other a lot better. I still don't think they're going to say yes on decision day, but I do believe that they if they do the experiment right, I do believe they probably will become really good friends. And that's all I got.
They ain't get married to be friends.
I'm waiting on Talisa's response.
With bated breath. What they say?
Cause listen. So my thought of Kirsten is her just like her apartment. She's nice and neat package on the outside, chaos in the inside, like that closet. Kirsten has no personality to me. Like when I say none, I mean dry. Like I think Shaq is a good catch. Now, maybe he's a little effeminate, okay? And maybe that bothers her a little bit, okay? But I feel like he's an attractive man. Okay, even with the bald head, I was like, oh, okay. Too bad you like almost 20 years younger than me, almost, but nevertheless, young. And I just feel like she's being a little bit like, I don't know. That's why she ain't. We have to remember that the reason that these people are on here is because they can't find nobody on their own, and we get to see all their quirks. And hopefully, when they get off and they don't say yes and they say no, that they get to see, oh, I'm crazy because ain't no way that you can't kiss me. You not. It's just a lot of things about her that just really doesn't sit well with me. And he's putting in, I think, a gallant effort, like really trying, really having conversations. And when they're having conversations, it feels like he's like pulling teeth, like to get her to open up. I guess, was it the last one? Yeah, the last episode when the last time they were there, and she was like, or the time before that, whichever time during the honeymoon, and she was like, and he was like, it always seems to come back to me. That's because she's not sharing anything about herself. I mean, she's just kind of looking at him, and that whole I'm not attracted. There's no, I don't know. There's no chemistry. You lying. You do like him a little bit. And it's okay to be like a smidge. And it's okay, like he's growing to me. Maybe initially he wasn't, but they sat down and they seem to have immediate like connection between the two of them when it comes to like conversation. And I think that for me, that's a big deal for me to be able to be comfortable with you enough to just have a conversation and find out what things that we have in common. Because you could be with your ideal type. He could have hair because it sounds like that's the thing. And maybe, I don't know what else you want because the man now has a doctorate. So you could be with your ideal man and not be comfortable enough to talk, to cuddle, to say, I'm not big on kissing. You know what I mean? Like to be able to say that. And so I feel like if she doesn't get it together, you know, they're gonna definitely say no, and it's unfortunate because they look good to me. They look good together. To me, they feel like they match. But she has to open up and be a little more vulnerable in order for that to happen. He can't carry the whole relationship. He can't constantly be, you know, and what did she say? Are you one of them times? Are you afraid to kiss me? Yes, I'm afraid to kiss you because you gave me your cheek. And then when I asked you, you said no. So I probably will never try again. You done told me no twice. And so I probably won't never try again. I mean, you know, if I was a man and with my current personality, you are only going to be able to reject me a couple times before I'd be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? So I just
That's a challenge to me.
Well, call me immature because that's exactly what we doing. Okay, I'm gonna be like, I ain't trying no more. That's twice. You done rejected me twice. No, but then you know, I feel like women don't handle rejection as well as men do when it comes to like advances. So there's that. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I really feel like she's missing out by being so closed off to the possibility of something working with them. They look good together to me. Like, he's attractive, she's attractive. I thought, oh, this should work. And he could sew. Baby, make me a skirt. Like my uncle, God rest his soul, was a hell of a seamstress. Do you call me a seamstress? I don't know, but he made a tuxedo. Let me tell you something. You can make me an outfit. Hard eyes. Like I'm all in.
I'm with you on that. My granddad used to make my mom and my aunts their clothes for school. He learned how to sew in the military.
Yes.
Like, if you can go over here and you can hem some drapes, but also get a pin in my skirt, cool. Let's go for it.
I think she's gonna miss out, Artika. I think she's
Can't
gonna miss
sew.
out.
I can build you something.
Okay.
You over there sewing Tommy?
Yeah. No, I can build some stuff though.
I will give him that. Like, he is fixing the backyard currently and building things along the way.
I'm just gonna say, because your local neighborhood dad said just because Shaq isn't ugly to most people doesn't mean she had to be attracted to him. That's not what I'm saying. For me, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that she should give him a chance because they meet on so many other things. There's been times that I've been with not the most traditionally attractive people because of the simple fact that we bond and connect on so many other levels. And from what we can see, I mean, at least from what they're showing us, it appears that she is connected to him because I'm not going to be laid up on somebody I don't really like. I ain't going to be holding your hand if I don't like you. You know, everything about you will be like, oh no, I'm going to be over here. You be over there. She's up under him. Like this is my man. So if she's pretending, and she's a great actress. That's all I got. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
That was my point I was going to bring too. Like,
yeah,
because Shaq did say they be cuddling. Like he's like the big spoon.
Yeah.
Right. Like she be laying up on him. If she don't like you, you ain't gonna put your feet on me in the bed.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be cuddling up. You ain't gonna have your feet rubbing up on my leg. It'd be like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? But again, she's doing something to give him enough to think it's okay for him to touch her. It's okay for him to keep kissing her on the forehead. I guess he'll work his way down someday. But again, there's some things that I think she's getting past the bald head has to be big for her, but everything else, as y'all mentioned, matches up on her list. He's educated. He has a good job. He has some kind of swag about himself. Is he a little effeminate? Maybe just Southern. I don't know. Maybe that type of situation. But I keep going back to what she said on after party. He said on after party, she's one way on camera, then one way off of camera. So I think when camera comes around, or Pastor Pastor Cal, and all those come around, that she's like, okay, action. Hey, Shaq, how you doing? You know, and then realize, and then when they say, okay, cut, I'm going to my bedroom. Talk to you later, bro.
But I still don't think it's all the time, because if it's on camera, off camera, then I don't have no need to cuddle with you in the bed. I have no need to let you kiss me on the forehead. So for her, when Pastor Cal asked that question, is there any chemistry? She was straight up like, no. Shakira was like, what you mean? What? I mean, is it sparkles and rainbows and fireworks? No. But there is some attraction there. Like Talisa said, Find something that you do like. Okay, let's get past the bald head. He's got nice teeth. You know, his eyebrows are nicely shaped. You know, his hair, find something, because I agree. They match on so many other levels. I mean, I'm at the point now where she's struggling with the attraction thing. Eris and Jasmine and Shaquille and Kirsten should just switch. Just switch. Then we won't have a problem. Kirsten got the butt for Eris, but other than that, because I feel the same way with Jasmine and Eris. They match on so many levels. He asked for a beauty queen. Bruh, you talking about you're not attracted to her? Because my husband joked and said on our review, he said he can't get past her face because he used to seeing ladies from behind. I'm like, she's literally winning beauty pageants, and you're saying you're not attracted to her? Like, what are you attracted to then? I'm trying to figure out. But we'll get to Jasmine and Eris later. But I was just like,
open the door. You might want to go ahead and walk on in.
Yeah, I was just
you open it up,
because I feel like next to Nicole and Talisa mentioned this too, or it might have been Tommy. Next to Nicole and Chris, when you look at how Shaquille and Kirsten are sitting next to each other, for you to say there's no chemistry, there gotta be. I wouldn't sit that close to somebody I don't like. When they try to touch me, I'd be like, ugh, don't touch me. Why are you touching me? And she didn't do none of that. Same thing with Eris and Jasmine. Pastor Kyle pointed that out. Okay, so you're not attracted here, but I see you with your hand on her leg. There's a closeness there. And so, for both of those couples, find something that you do like and stop getting hung up on that one characteristic that you're not used to. For Kirsten, the bald head. For Eris, she don't have a big butt. She don't have a chest, whatever the case may be.
When you talk about Eris and Kirsten and Shaq, is just more, to her, is external.
Mm-hmm.
She's not looking at his heart
mm-hmm.
and looking at the internal of this guy. His internal is saying, all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
His internal is saying, you know what, I care about you. His internal is saying, look, I'm a fun person. I like to laugh and joke. Yeah, they may be corny, but guess what? That's me,
mm-hmm.
right? So accept my funny. He might tell her, you don't open your mouth when you talk.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Right? Y'all ever notice you open her mouth when she talk? She always
she do that.
You like, hold on for a minute. But he don't say that. But I like dad jokes. I make corny jokes. That's fine. Laugh at them. If you're not funny, say hi. That ain't funny, and just keep it moving. Don't take it personal.
Right.
I make corny jokes all the time.
I make
corny jokes on these videos. Some of y'all laugh and some of y'all like. My wife is hitting me like, man, you stop making that joke. But okay, we good. We can move it on. But to Eris and Jasmine, I saw a different side of Eris in this episode. Eris, whether he's lying or not, Eris said, I wanted something different.
Mm-hmm.
She want me to take her clothes off. I ain't ready to take her clothes off. Now, I like I said in our review, is whether she shut him down the first time, he changed his mind. He realized, you know what, I ain't getting nothing from here, right? He like, you know what, man, that's all right. Maybe he didn't want to see her body. I'm just amazed they haven't seen each other naked yet, because y'all done lived with each other for like 7, 8, 9 days, and ain't nobody seen nobody with no clothes on. I mean, he knows she ain't got no big butt. Maybe that's what he's into. I think she ain't hood enough for him. Truth be told, I think she come from a different world than what he used to,
mm-hmm.
and he doesn't. It doesn't attract him because she's not ratchet. That she kind of a ladylike, and he wants the ratchetness. Eris, but when you see them on the couch, they was holding hands. They was real close together to answer the questions. I'm kind of mixed on Eris and Jasmine. I think Eris puts herself up here though. I can tell you that.
I'm sorry. I'm not that impressed.
I tell you that much. Bro put herself, every time you ask him, she's like, well, my wife thinks I'm a 12. Or she's very attractive to me. She's very attractive. Like she's touchy feely. He like, I know I look good. So
please.
But I'm not really feeling that hurt. But that's the way he talks. He's like,
I know he does.
He talks like he way up here and she down here, and just because he's up here, she ain't here.
And he ain't won their crown. This lady got several crowns, and you trying to what?
Well, that's because pageants are kind of rigged anyway.
But still, what I'm saying is, it got to be some beauty attached to it. It's a beauty pageant, so. Yeah. Everybody thinks she pretty, but you, bro. Let's change that.
Well, she was pretty until she told him she ain't giving him none. Until she told him, look, the downward dog ain't my position. He was like, oops, wrong girl.
Because she was like, I'm a lady.
I'm a lady. But she said I'm a lady, but she don't mind having sex with him. It's just the way that he's coming off and doing it. So we're gonna let somebody else hop on that. Let's go to August love story. Your thoughts on Eris and Jasmine? Because I can get that one right there is iffy.
Okay, get this one first. First off, your local neighborhood dad. This is by far hood booger is one of those words that I can't do nothing but just.
Are
laugh
you from
at.
New Jersey? Because my best friend is from New Jersey. And
They
she
say
says hood
hood
booger.
booger?
April. She says hood booger all the time.
I know where New Jersey is now. I don't know what's wrong with Eris, man. It's not that she doesn't have a booty, because everybody has a butt. You know, it may not be one of those big round butts, but it's a butt back there, you know. But it's something she done. It's something she done. It's one thing that's keeping him from like really just diving into this thing. And my whole thing is that's gonna he said he was stressing. He from Little Rock. He said he was stressing over over the honeymoon about, you know, how to react to the whole situation. But I was like, dude, just enjoy it. Like, that's the thing that we like, everybody on this show, they be like, oh, I gotta be this way, or things gotta be this way. Just enjoy this moment, man, because you're gonna get one shot at this. You'll never get that day back. Enjoy that day and move on. If you're not attracted to a person, figure out why. Talk to this person about it. Understand where this person is coming from and how that person feels. That's what got Clint and Gina in trouble, you know? So it's like, figure out all those things. And then, you know, then you kind of focus more. Allow Pastor Cal, I don't know who the other experts are, Dr. Pepper, allow them to be a guide, but not an instructor. You know what I'm saying? Allow them to, like, okay, we're gonna keep you in line here, but you know, you guys kind of like he said, make the relationship what it's gonna be. And so I think that's their biggest downfall, is that he's trying to protect something or protect her feelings, but it's making the situation worse. If you say, and I'm just throwing this out here because I'm a teeth guy, your teeth is messed up. I mean, like, it takes money to fix it, but it's like, hey, your teeth is messed up and that's what's bothering me. Okay, that's something we can work on. If it's bothering you, help me get whatever she needs, you know. Or her breath stinks, or she don't put deodorant on, she don't shave on her arms. You know, it's something like that. Say that, move on, figure it out, because she's trying to give him the draws. Like, if he said, let's do it, she'd be like, okay, how you want it? You know, that's just like you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, well, I want him to rip my clothes off. And he's like, all I'm saying is, and this last thing I'm gonna say, she couldn't say that to me.
I feel like that that reel that I just put up the other day, this is your man.
Yeah. And I'm gonna stick by him. That's it.
I gotta stick beside him.
Yeah.
But no, I'm wondering, because you said in our review a few episodes ago that something happened. I'm wondering if the something that happened was how she responded when she found out that he had sex with a mutual friend. And that response was like, I'm cool on that right now.
Were they in a relationship, or like the start of a relationship, or he's just...
I'm assuming that it was the
smashing.
start of a relationship, because he said that he went and told her that he was going to do this show. Like, he met up with her face to face to have this conversation. If it was just somebody that he was casually having sex with, I'm going to assume that wouldn't be.
Like, how awkward is that though? Like, they know her, you know.
Depends on how well they know her.
Apparently he knows her well.
Okay, different.
I was about to say the same thing. Apparently he knows her real well.
He knows her differently. than Jasmine does.
Mm-hmm. No.
I don't know. I think that he is a taker and she is a giver. And if she's gonna be okay with giving all the time and not receiving, and he's gonna be cool on his side, then if he decides that he wants to get past whatever it is, what he say he has to get out of his head, then they can figure that out. I think that it's something though. Something happened because he wasn't thinking about whatever it was that wasn't on the attraction list when he was asking her about her favorite position. So
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like between that because there's no way I'm asking you about sex. And then of course we know they had the conversation about it. We understand that part, but there's no way I ask you about sex one day and then all of a sudden I'm just turned off for absolutely no reason. And I know you want to do it. So yeah, something happened. Something that, like you said, her response, he looked at something, she farted on him or something.
not she farted on him, Tommy. I'm just gonna mute at this point.
Listen, I'd be so tickled. Artika, when he say something and you just be like, oh, I'd be so tickled with Jack and Clint too, because listen, y'all be funny. I'm over here by myself. Where's Kingston so I can be tickled? Where's Kingston? Eris is very much so arrogant. He gives me very much so arrogant and the end all be all. I mean, all of us would agree that he is not a 12, and I don't really think that she sees him as a 12. Because ain't no way. She might not open her mouth when he talks, but neither does he. He does not look at her in the eye. Like from day one, I just was like, so you're not gonna make eye contact when you're talking to her, because that's how I know that you're interested in what I'm saying. You're gonna keep your head straight. I'm talking to y'all, and the whole time I'm gonna just keep talking, and I'm gonna be looking. I'm uninterested. I don't care about the things that you say. So I'm put off by that. And all this healing that he said he's doing and that he's done is not showing up for me yet. Okay, all these books that he's reading, maybe now that he's back home and he can visit with his therapist, maybe he can address some of these things, because the way that he is treating her does not show someone that is going to give grace or understand exactly what it looks like to, okay, these things don't match, but I also like this about her. And her booty is perfect for her body. If her booty was any bigger, we'd be looking like that's fake. We'd be like, why she got that big old fake booty? Her booty is perfect for her petite frame. Not petite small, but petite slender. I'm cracking me up. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. But and whatever was said, he was turned off because she's not a freak. Because remember, if y'all remember back at the wedding, at the reception, and they asked him if she say what you want to do, he said, I'm gonna tell her get on her knees. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is upset. Right, Jackie, very much so offensive. That whole downward dog thing. Like, I'm thinking y'all ain't been talking but 4 or 5 days. You don't know nothing about me, but you already want to know about my favorite sexual positions. And she shared with him, I'm not that forward. I mean, she's a PK kid and I'm on TV. So you want me to say I want to bust it open and my daddy gonna be watching? I don't think so. Like, wait till we behind closed doors. Or, knowing that the vibe I get from her is that maybe she's not comfortable with talking about it, but I guarantee you if they got behind them doors, his mind would probably be changed, because she would show up and show something that he didn't recognize that she might have had. Them the ones you got to watch out for. The ones that's all like, so I don't like talking about. Watch them. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you, watch them, because they coming. And I feel like her not being his type has a lot to do with her probably being taller than him. Maybe he not comfortable with her height. She ain't that much taller. She about half an inch, maybe an inch taller than him tops. But if you're as confident as you are trying to portray, then that's not something that should be an issue for you. I'm looking at my notes over here. Oh, and I wrote down that, I don't know, he judgy to me. He's real judgy to me, real controlling and real judgy. Every time she'd have bacon, he say it was fine. Oh, but you had bacon yesterday and the day before and the day before. Don't judge me, sir. You said it was fine. If it wasn't fine, then say that, and I'll eat my bacon in a different room because I'm not a pescatarian or I'm not vegan. I don't want her to waste her time pining after somebody, right? Because she already said she falls in love quickly and easily, and we know she picks her pickers off, and she falls in love with potential because he's got all these things that she likes. But I don't want her to stick around for somebody that doesn't want her. And so hopefully he can make the adjustment because they do have closeness. Speaking of which, when Jackie was talking about chemistry, when we talked about Shaquille and everybody, I was thinking to myself, for Kirsten and for Eris, chemistry means Fucking. They ain't thinking about closest, holding hands, rubbing, kisses. They're not thinking about that when they think about chemistry. They thinking about getting it in. And there's so much more to intimacy than just that part. So I'm gonna get off the soapbox because we all gonna say the same thing about the same. We all did say the same thing about the same people. So I'm gonna get on off the soapbox now. Oh, y'all got good snacks.
Yeah, oh man, I don't know. Maybe just I want to believe in Eris, right? And I'm wrong. I want to be like, yo, bro is telling the truth, but it seemed like he just be making up stuff just to make up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't be honest with her and be like, you know what? I'm really not attracted to you. And maybe I'm growing. And even when Pastor Cal came and talked about Pastor Cal looked at him like, you're a fool, dog. She wants to take her clothes off for you. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not going to oblige her any or help her out or at least be kind, to be nice or say things or show your true feelings. And all he can say is, I'm sorry. I just don't believe he left the streets in the streets.
Mm-mm.
He just don't want to have sex with her. And he just don't want to be with her. We'll see, because next week when the cousin roll around again, I'm going to say cousin.
The cousin.
The cousin. Oh, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. Did y'all kissing cousins? Like, calm down. You're too invested in this relationship for me.
Yes.
I'm just like, calm down. And what she say to you on the sidelines also, like, I'm just like, it's too much.
It's too much we don't know about the cousins that she's really invested. So we'll go there. We go August love story. Let's talk about I say Dominique and McKinley last. They gonna be last. Let's talk about Gina and my man Clint, and Gina not wanting to move in. And what's wrong with her?
So I have decided that Gina just needed to be upset because she's been working really, really hard on her body, and he has not been able to acknowledge that. Because I posed a different question. If Clint had said, I'm used to dating bigger women, would she have been as mad? The answer is no. She was upset because she says she does HIIT workout 6 days a week. She's been working really hard on maintaining her body. And it was like a gut punch that he liked girls that was smaller than her. And it's like, if you didn't want to be smaller than you are, you wouldn't have really thought about it in that regard. Because if somebody told me they used to date really like thin women, I would be like, oh, okay. I used to be really thin. Not anymore. But I mean, it's just one of those things. It hurt her feelings, and she has somebody in our comments actually gave it the perfect response. It is Morgan. It is, you're not a nurse. I'm out. Like, you're not thin, I'm out. And it's not that he said you're not thin, so I don't like you. He just said, I used to date women that are thinner than you. Gina's looking for her way out. I think it is a very what did he say? An unfortunate turn of events. That's one. But also, I don't get the I'm going to stay at my apartment because I think that it would be easier to work on the relationship from my apartment than it would from the second bedroom. So now you have to make the decision to go out there to get ready to go film instead of it just being a normal thing. It's she's out. She just doesn't want to say that she's out because it looks bad to say that she's out. I gotta go get Quattro. He is crying.
Yeah, she it's a done deal. It's over for them. Might as well chalk it up. This girl said it's easier to deal with this from my own place than it is to for me to walk across the hallway. Um, that's just stupid. Just call it like that's the one thing I don't like about these people that come on here and just be honest, man. That's the best way for success in whatever you're trying to do is just to be honest about the whole thing. That comment messed her up. She can't get past it. She don't want to get past it, and she want to let it go. Um, I think both of them are attractive people. I don't understand the whole attractiveness thing. Um, so I kind of like throw that out the window. I'm like, these aren't ugly people. So let's throw that out the window. Um, he seems to compliment the things that she needs to for him to compliment. He's gonna take the dog to work. Um, and he gets along with the dog. Like he's sitting in the dog seat. The dog just like will scoot over, type of deal. He trying to make jokes. He's saying, hey, I want to keep going. I want us to try this out. And she's like, no, I'm just not with it. You get to pass the cow and you trying to start crying and stuff. I think she started crying. And I'm like, what you crying for? This is not hard. If you want to try, but you have to put an effort to try. Like it's not an effort you going back to your house and not moving in. That's not effort because the simple thing is you already worked so much. So at what point are you going to have time to go back to the apartment to work things out with him? And decision day come, you just collecting the check at this point. And if I was married at first sight, if you don't move into this apartment, you gonna be gone. Period. That would be the rule. Because how do you work on things if you're not in the same place? If you're not actively talking with it when you can be in the same place, when we've already provided a place for you to be in, how can you work on this? When proximity is one of the most important things in your marriage, how can you work on it when you're like, nah, I don't want to be here? No, you don't want to be married to this guy. And that's the issue. So and Clint, I don't know I want to say something about him, but I don't think there's nothing to say about him. It's like you want to make Clint the villain in this relationship, but you can't. Clint said something that people a lot of times women are more like take more thought into their weight, right? We all understand that. We all understand that, hey, the standard of beauty is, well, back in the day, it was skinny. Now we like them slim thick. So it's more so the standard of beauty is changing. Now that's why she's putting all this work in and trying to, what she say, 6 days a week she do hit things, hit workouts. And I'm like, talk to him about that. Make him understand where you're coming from as far as your look of beauty, and you don't work that way. But that helps you guys figure out, okay, this is where he had me messed up at, but we're gonna move forward and try and see what happens with this thing, because ultimately I want to be married to somebody. And these experts said, hey, us two might work. Let me give it a go. Let me give it a shot. He didn't know what was going on. He was talking about this and that. He was talking about what he liked to date. He wasn't talking about me. Get past that and move forward. But she don't want to do that. she came on this show to get a vacation and then go back to work. Ain't that right, buddy?
I'm a good person.
Not I'm a good person, but that is definitely the vibe because I'm a good person. And he expressed what he normally dates, just as she expressed that she does not normally date gingers or redheads. I mean, it's ultimately the same thing. I'm expressing to you what I normally date. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm not saying that you're not attractive, but I don't normally date a ginger or a redhead, which always get me when the doves be talking about I like them dark. I be like, what? Oh, okay. You mean dark hair, dark features, because it always kills me. I'd be like, y'all don't even know what dark is. Sit down somewhere. It'd be killing me, girl. Because Clint is an attractive man with a little money in his pocket that like to have a good time. I could go for him getting a little bit of haircut, but y'all know I'm not dating. I'm not doing it. But I'm just saying, if I did, he'd get a haircut. He'd be right up the. I was clean that up a little bit because it don't look as good as when black men do it. Nevertheless, I feel like Gina was butthurt, like Artika said. She was butthurt. I've been doing all this work. I'm actually one hell of a catch. I'm beautiful. You know, I done made some additional enhancements to myself. Most people normally like me, and shame on you for even talking about what you normally like, because I'm the standard, right? I'm the beauty standard when it comes to us. I mean, she's an attractive woman. The people who did her injections didn't even out her top lip well, but she's still a pretty woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only know because I had a top lip injection one time and that shit was crooked. And I was like, why would I do such a thing? Listening to my friends talking about make my top lip as big as my bottom. I said, I will never listen to you again. Y'all, that's me being transparent. And I also agree with everybody in the comments, with you guys. There should be some type of penalty. It must be a requirement for you to move in. And for Clint, the only thing I'm going to say about Clint, for Clint to be able to articulate, you can be here and we can be in separate rooms. I will take the smaller of the 2 bedrooms so we can try and work on this together is huge to me, because honestly, he felt flighty to me. Like in the beginning, he felt like he would be the one that would be like, oh, this isn't for me. But he is definitely proven me wrong by apologizing for whatever her feelings were, because it wasn't what he said, but it's how it made you feel. So I apologize to you for that. That was never my intent. And then, you know, the ladies, how they just all like corralled and was like, yeah, he was wrong. Nobody said he wasn't talking about us specifically. There was no one in the group to say, hey, that's not, we misunderstood that. I think you didn't hear that correctly. He was talking about his type. Or even just saying, what's your type? What's your type? What, does your husband fit the type that you like? And then you find out that they don't. Then he's saying the same exact thing. I don't really have much to say. Yeah, I don't have nothing to say. No. I mean, y'all got it. Oh, y'all got it? Because what are they doing and why? Like, I don't have, that's it. I'm done because it's the same. Whatever you guys say, I agree with that too. Okay.
Listen, y'all said the same thing. I said this last season. I think I said it the season before. The worst thing they could have ever did was let the first person not move in that apartment. Because now everybody thinks it's an option. No, it is married at first sight. You're married. I don't care what Dr. Pepper and her husband do on this show. You move in together. Okay? And it's just so uncomfortable. She crying about it being uncomfortable. Like Talisa said, he even gave you the option. I'm not even asking you to come in the room with me. Go in a different room. You can't even do that. She said to her, it was worse being in the apartment with him than being apart. Like Clint said it himself, and Pastor Cal said it, just like they were talking about Nicole and Chris after decision day. When you are you saying no, I'm not moving in, because basically you're saying no to the relationship? That's what it's coming across as. Like, I don't even want to try. They really need to put that addendum, that stipulation in the contract. You have to move in. Because getting married and moving in with somebody and getting used to living with somebody, you're gonna be uncomfortable. That's only natural. You know, that's how you get to know each other. Like Clint said, you know, I think it's better if we're in each other's space more often. We get to know and get to feel each other out. And I laughed too, Tommy. I was like, not her about to cry. Is she crying? Really? I just don't feel comfortable. You know, stop.
She acted like Clint was putting hands on
That's
her.
what I'm saying. She
Cried because she was caught.
Right.
It was the I got caught. Okay, cry. That was it. That was literally the next thing. I don't know what to do. Like, crying works. Tears.
She's like a mild version of Alyssa. You know what I'm saying? Like you jokingly said I'm a good person, but she's just like, and for her to be stuck on the fact that, again, we're gonna be talking about this probably for the rest of the season. He said, I typically date slender, athletic women. Now, he could have said, I don't like big girls. Now, that would have offended me. But for you to tell me, that's like saying, she said the same thing. Again, she said the same thing just about something that he can't change, but she can. Because we can change our weight. We can go up or we can get down. But having naturally red hair, that's something he can't control. That's like, it's when people have preferences. I can't be offended if you say, I usually date light-skinned people. Then that's what you date. Okay, how's that offending me because I'm brown skinned? You're not telling me to my face, I don't like brown skinned people. It's two different things. She really took it like he didn't say nothing about you. She is hung up on that. And mad. I agree. I don't mean to cut you off, but I agree. I really do think it came down to I have a problem with my self-image. And I'm trying my best not to go back to big girl status. And you don't even see the effort I'm putting in. How do you know I'm not athletic? Man, Clint was like, because we talked about it. You told me you don't be doing no marathon. So let's make a distinction here. Because you go to the gym don't make you athletic.
It makes you work out.
You work out. That don't make you athletic.
There are a lot of unathletic people at the gym.
Absolutely. Look, me too. I would never
serve pizza.
Right.
They be at the gym eating pizza and Tootsie Rolls.
Right. Gym workouts do not make one athletic.
No, it does not. But I think, again, you guys said it. But I want to talk about Clint a little bit, man. We got to give Clint. Clint deserves his kudos because he still wants to try to see this work. Mm-hmm. Now, whether it's for TV or whatever, he still wants to see this work because Clint feels as if I didn't say anything wrong. We do still have a chance. We still have an opportunity. Let me see this thing out. And she told me, I'm not a quitter neither, but you just trying to quit. I don't like people who say I'm not a quitter, but you still in the same breath trying to quit. Mm-hmm. Then guess what that makes you? A quitter. Oh, I'm not a quitter neither. If I'm Clint, know what I say? You can move back to your apartment. I'll move back to mine, and I'll come visit you downstairs or upstairs, wherever you live at, and we just
because we live in the same apartment building.
We just live in the same apartment building. We just stay in the same building together. Matter of fact, if you don't feel comfortable staying with me in this new apartment, how about can we stay at your house? I'll do that. I gotta watch the dog anyway, so I'll move in with you. See, that's how you call somebody out. Don't worry about it. We're gonna live there. We can live together in your house and make it more comfortable for you.
But even Pastor Cal tried to fix it for him. She was still like,
she acts like Clint. I've never seen he act like Clint putting hands on him. He ain't putting hands on you. He made one comment that everybody else forgave. You can't forgive. It's like, okay, I'm like Artika. If he said, you know what, I like big girls.
That's what I'm saying.
I like big butts and they cannot lie.
Would you have a problem?
Would you have a problem? She had no problem. If you say, you know what, I apologize. Guess what? You are slender enough. Well, you know what? I noticed you've been working out. Okay, you did go to the gym a couple times on the honeymoon. You did eat that one piece of chicken. You got baked, not fried. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. She just wants somebody to recognize her accomplishments.
Mm-hmm. And her effort.
Yeah. If he doesn't know if you don't know where you came from because you didn't share it, she never shared with Clint. I don't think. Clint, I came from
way heavier.
I used to be way heavier. I came from 300 pounds, right? Those are conversations you could have been having prior to the comment. Clint, I'm sensitive about my weight. Whether you may not make any weight comments. And this is before he even said the athletic and slender.
If y'all was actually talking.
If you're actually talking and having those conversations. With her, it's just like, he said it on previous. She's about two things, right? Her image and her job. Mm-hmm. Well, let's make it three. The dog, all right? if it ain't about her image, the dog, her job, she ain't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he can talk about. He can say, I'm like Tommy. He can say whatever he want to say. This relationship is over. It is done. She's not gonna conform. She's not gonna listen to Pastor Cal. She ain't gonna listen to Dr. Pepper. Clint might want to go back and put ad number 70 on his list, which is not his wife. That's what it is, because 70 will not be Gina. I can put that in there. Number 70 will not be Gina.
You done gave him extra bodies. He said 65.
Oh, I thought he said 69. I'm sorry.
No, 65.
She'll be 60. She won't be. Yeah.
She would be. She ain't gonna be 66.
She won't be 66. She won't be any number.
I wish somebody from Married at First Sight would just listen to. I'm telling y'all, put that stipulation in that contract, because every season you're gonna have at least 1 or 2 people be like, nope, not moving in.
It's too early to say that.
It really is.
How do you come off of the honeymoon and not move in?
And know that's what you're supposed to be doing.
And know that you're supposed to be in. When we talk about, and you get the Dominique and McKinley. She even went so far. At least Dominique packed her bags.
But she's so silly. Dominique packed her bag, brought it all the way from her place to their place, up the stairs, up the elevator, and the producer like, "You gonna take it back?" Yep.
But what you did not hear is she said Matt would talk straight trash for 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes, and she was like, "You know what? I don't want to be with you." But we'll go with August. We'll go with Talisa. Talisa, your starts on Matt, on Mack and Dominique and McKinley.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I ain't mean to catch you off guard.
Yeah, you did. Because I was over here thinking to myself, that girl they calling her the old soul, but she probably the most immature person on here, for sure, with her age. She might be an old soul when it comes to the collective of who she's hanging around when, what is she, 25, 26? And the people that are in relation to the same age as she is, maybe she's the old soul in comparison. Because honestly, I kind of feel bad a little bit for Mac. I get that he feels like a homosexual, right? I get it. But the conversation shouldn't have been, this is where you at, this is what you got, why you get married, etc. It should have been, okay, so what is your plan? I mean, because that's what somebody that is an adult, a full functioning adult would say. Talking about myself. I would say, okay, so you've been here a couple months, you haven't figured out where you want to be. Can you tell me what the plan is? Okay, because he keeps saying, I moved to Nashville for love. I moved to Nashville for Married at First Sight, is what he's saying. He's not just saying for love. I moved here because I got picked. It was a possibility that I would be here for Married at First Sight. And if they found me love, then this is where I would put my roots. At least that's what I hear. And I could be wrong, and y'all let me know if y'all hearing something different. And then for me, when it comes to Dominique, she talks about how he complains so much. He complains. I wanted someone more adventurous, ma'am. I'm giving him credit for the fact that even though this is something that he does not want to do, he's doing it because I'm making this compromise. I'm actually pretty brave. And I'm only speaking from my own experience. I want to do all the things, but I'm scary. So if you tell me, okay, Talisa, we going kayaking. Oh, we gonna go kayaking. I'm gonna work through it, but I'm going. I mean, that's a real life scenario. Almost killed me in my date when we went kayaking, but nevertheless, we did it. And so, I mean, and that's just who I am. And I feel like he might not be adventurous, but he's definitely brave. He's definitely willing to do things that are outside of the box. Girl, he got a cannabis company. You don't even know how much money he made. You don't know what he got in the bank. You ain't had no conversation to know really how stable he is, but you constantly talking about you not sure if he's stable. I'm used to people having their own stuff. Well, he do have his own stuff in a different state. Okay, I'm just he been back and forth between here and Michigan, right? Is Michigan he been here and back and forth? And that's where the dogs are. And then you got a problem with the dogs. I mean, I'm with you with no dogs on my bed, okay? I'm sorry. But the dog can lay on the bed, the dog can be in the house, but you're not even trying. For me, I feel like she's not putting in any effort except for recognizing the things that he's not doing that are subpar to her. And I think that that's not fair. I also feel like when she came back for Pastor Cal to visit or whatever, for the Pastor Cal visit, and she said, we haven't spoken since I left. How many days was that between you leaving and Pastor Cal showing up that y'all didn't send a text message? 3 days? Holy crap. How is that possible if this is my husband? But you know what? Let's just keep it a band. Her mama signed her up. Okay? Her mama signed her up. This ain't really what she wanted to do, but because her mama is her best friend, her mama convinced her that this would be the best thing for you because you don't pick good men. This ain't what she wanted to do. This, and then on top of it, the man that they chose really ain't got, he ain't one of them white men that got that little spark, that little thing that we like. How you see the black girls in they interracial relationships and they on TikTok and you be like, oh, is that what they looking like? He ain't got that. Okay.
As my teenager would say, spicy.
He not spicy enough.
He not spicy. Thank you. Help me, because I was really like, that's the problem. Because if and then if you pay attention to those interracial relationships, because it seems like that's something that she is used to, right? Her grandmama and her mama has said, well, she's used to that. You would know that those men didn't start off looking like that. Them black wives said, okay, you need to grow your beard out. This is how you get your hair cut. These are the clothes that I want you to wear. And they were like, okay. And so I don't know. Let me see. I had, see, that's how I'm not used to it no more. I was like, her personality to me is lackluster. So he could totally be like, well, you ain't nothing special either, man. We kind of match in our energy. I don't know. That's just me. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm for Matt because I can see what her point is. You came here, you quick to get married, but you don't want to commit to a place. I understand where she's coming from, but I think a lot of the stuff is just like made up, pulled out from the air. Your mama said you need to make a little more money. I hope you find love at the same time because you just decided I'm gonna be on board because my mama signed me up. That should be a disqualifier automatically. If you didn't sign yourself up, if this wasn't your idea, you should not be on here because now I am wasting someone's time who could potentially want to be in a relationship. But who's to say Mac wants to be in a relationship when he drives fast cars? That's what I got. That's what I know about Mac is that he drives fast cars. He got 2 dogs and he from Michigan. Oh, he got a cannabis. So I guess I know a lot of stuff about him. But, you didn't hear, I don't hear her trying to say, well, what do you want to do? What did you want to do on the honeymoon? Is it that you just want to lay out on the beach and have drinks today? You know what I mean? Like, why are we not thinking about me? I'm compromising and saying that these are the things that I want to do. Why do I want to do a rum tasting? Because that seems like that might be up his alley. You know what I'm saying? Let's walk down the beach a little bit. I don't know. Let's sit in the bar and get drunk. I feel like something that he would want to do and she would agree on. But she, is stuck on whatever she's stuck on. I'm off my soapbox. I don't have nothing else. And I only write like 2 sentences, hoping that the stuff be jogging my memory. And sometimes it do, and sometimes it don't. Then y'all be talking, and I be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." So watch for that. That's me agreeing.
I forgot what the question was initially about Dominique and McKinley. You remember?
No, what you think about their relationship?
It was the question. Okay. Dominique thought that she was going to get an older, established man that was going to just allow her to do her thing. It was just like insert Dom here. McKinley didn't offer that for her. And like Talisa said, there wasn't any compromise for him at all. He literally told her one day he wanted to just lay out on the beach. And she was like, you lay on the beach in Miami, not in Jamaica. I'm like, nah, I definitely laid on the beach in Jamaica. Like, absolutely laid on the beach in Jamaica. I don't think we laid on the beach in Miami, though. So I guess I have it backwards. Huh? Yeah, we didn't even make it to the beach. Matter of fact, the last time Tammy and I went to Miami. I see people saying that McKinley is chasing Married at First Sight. Like he tried to do San Diego, he tried to do Nashville. Maybe this is what he wants to do. He wants to be a television reality star. But Married at First Sight, the only person that they technically was able to try to make a star was Jamie Otis. So was the 16 seasons too late? Not gonna happen for you. McKinley isn't as established as you would think that a person, and I don't mean established by like his company or things like that, in Nashville. He's been there 5 months. I wouldn't expect that a person that's only been at a place 5 months to be like, I'm not gonna date the city I'm trying to get married. It seems a little bit off-putting, but it also seems very off-putting that Dominique can just go in and be like, you don't have anywhere to live that's yours, and I'd rather you have 4 roommates. I'm out. Like, that also doesn't make sense, because I'd rather you live with somebody's parents than with 4 or 3 men. It just doesn't make sense to me. Her train of thought doesn't make sense. I knew that she was going to be a problem from the beginning with her friends, but I thought her friends were going to be more of the issue, because they were saying that he better not come in between girls' night out and all that stuff. It just seemed like this wasn't a great match, and like Pastor Cal said, one of y'all lied. So I'm gonna assume both of them lied, and her mama filled out the applications for her. And who knows who did it for him or if he did it for himself. But it just doesn't make sense. But also, I don't understand him moving to Nashville with a cannabis business. I say that every week. It just doesn't make sense.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, grab him.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm sorry, man, but Dom got a point, man. This dude, he been in the city 5 months. Why are you getting married? You can't, like, she's saying no commitment to anything. Like, we know if a guy came to you with all these promises, y'all be like, man, nah, I'm straight. You know, like a stranger trying with these promises. But it's like he's not. Could they have carried themselves a little bit better and proceeded in this position a lot better? Yes. But what she's saying is, or what I'm getting from what she's saying is, this man moved to Nashville. I'm not planning on moving. This is home to me. This man moved to Nashville 5 months ago, has not made a move to move in a direction for himself. Like, she went to his apartment and it was all of them, the family that he's staying with. So it's not anything telling her that he's here to stay. That would bother anybody. If you're like sitting here married to a person and then you say, like, how do you get to yes on decision day with that being in the back of your mind? Like, this man is going to be here for what, he's 5 months, and then 2 more, 7 months, when I have to decide if I'm gonna be with this man or not. And then two, but he hadn't made any strides to say he's here to stay. Like, certain things, it's like that will bother me. Like, I don't know, I ain't finna just commit to this person and then next month this person is gonna be ready to move somewhere else, and I want to stay here. So it makes it hard to give that yes decision. But on the other hand, her just not being truthful in that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say not being truthful, but just not expressing, hey, this is how I feel, and not being disrespectful, because she's not listening to him. That's the first part. She's not listening to him. She's not trying to compromise for him. And I think that plays a lot into her being 25 and not signing up for this herself. I think her age has a lot to do with the reason why they're not working. Um, because at 25, I wasn't ready to be married. You know, at 25, I'm still trying to hang out with my friends and stuff like that, still trying to get established and stuff. So it's like they're saying she got an old soul, but she's still 25. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, I have an old soul, but I listen to old school music. But you know, I do older things, but my age is still my age. So it's for me, it's just tough to actually look at Mac and be like, yeah, Mac is this, Mac is that. I think Mac having the cannabis business, because I wouldn't mind having the cannabis business, but him having the cannabis business, that's something that should be like talked about between them. But she's so hard headed, she's so young-minded or immature that she can't see, okay, he has a cannabis business. Well, what brought you to Nashville? If your business, how's your business doing? You know, those are conversations that they can have and easily be friends, you know, easily be compatible with each other. But I think it's just certain things that's just like, nah, it's not gonna work out. And her being so stuck on Nashville is one of the biggest things. Because for anybody else, if anybody was like, I'm cool with moving, I just need to know in a certain time frame. This man still can just up and leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's I see it both ways. I didn't like how Matt came into her apartment with an attitude. I didn't like that. I was like, man, you could have handled that a lot better. You know, and it's not fair to her for you to just come in pissy. Like sometimes you just have to take it. We like understand coming to the situation, understand, hey, this is probably not gonna work. I'll make the best of the situation, you know, and move forward. But when she said, I don't know, I'm gonna go home and just take a bath, I just kind of was like, dang, that's what you said. Just go home, take a bath. Okay, Dom. And you know, I just don't see them working out. And then they was like going for tit for tat, like little kids talking to Pastor Cal, and it's just an ugly situation for them, and it's their fault, you know. And I don't think they can come back from it. So that's all I got. Oh yeah, you did.
Mhm.
That's all I got.
Tommy kind of, and we've all touched on it a little bit. I thought it was funny that when Pastor Cal came in, like Dominique kind of hit him with the Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Like, we didn't get anything we asked for. What did you ask for? Because Mack has said it. He said, I definitely was not specific on my application. And we all know Dominique's mom signed her up for it. So I wonder how much of the paperwork did the mom fill out and how much did Dominique fill out? For y'all to be so upset, this is not what I asked for. I asked for somebody more established. Here I go again. Look, I almost feel like we need to do the switcheroo between Gina and Clint and Dominique and McKinley, because you want a man that's established and he's adventurous. Clint is definitely that. And God knows McKinley got a crush on Gina. I'm like, Clint, you crazy. I think she's beautiful. I think she's sexy. But I mean, she was ready to just like go in when Pastor Cal came in. And then she was like, dude, you gonna let me speak when they were talking over top of each other? She's another one. She said, I found something. He plays too much. He lives in a basement. Is one more thing. You know what I'm saying? She like, that's it. She not giving that man a chance at all. But at the same time, I can, like Tommy said, I understand if you've been here and you want to be settled here, why haven't you gotten a place? But for her to say, I would feel better if he lived with 4 roommates as opposed to just in the basement of his friend's parents' house. I'm like, you just want something to not like him, you know? And I don't know. And here we go again. Like Talisa said, you ain't talked to him in what, 2-3 days? And then you come in here. It's like Alyssa again, same thing. She hadn't talked to Chris and just popped up when it was time for the expert to come visit. She just, get over yourself, Dominique.
She's looking for a daddy. She's looking for her daddy. I think that's why she wants an older man. She wants an older man so it can be like a father figure. I think she's missing something, because maybe I'm reading too much into it. Y'all guys let me know if I'm wrong, because the way she talked about this man living out of a box and moving and could pack up and leave any moment.
Sound like she's been there before.
Seem like she's been there before. Maybe your daddy just packed up and left you.
Went to get a pack of cigarettes and never came back.
Went to get a pack of cigarettes and never came back. You know, or can just move or in and out of her life, and he's just living whatever place may be. And she's looking for stability. When you find a lot that she's looking for stability and looking for comfortability. And so what she's getting is she's not getting that. And so when she can't get that, she's able, you know what? I can run back home. I'm safe. And so now is Mac trying to make her comfortable? Nah, because I agree with Tommy. Because when you can at least show he can at least show some kind of interest in the girl's apartment. Right?
Some questions. You want to look around? He was like, no.
You hurt, you're in your feelings. Hey, you know what? Okay, where's this at? Okay, where's that at? Why you do this? And if you really petty, if she talks about you in your basement, at least she's like, man, why you got those sheets on the bed? why you got one towel? You know what I'm saying? Where you can just talk about her apartment. But he said nothing and really just complained. She, again, you guys said it, she's really having to try to find out what is it about Mack that makes him want to come in the show. I agree with Talisa when she said her mama filled out the application. Mama missed some questions. Mama should fail. Because mama ain't answer all the questions right. Mama and her daughter may need to talk a little bit more because they don't know each other. Because mama didn't put anything down that she liked, right? And then as soon as she walked in there and she said, you know what? She would have said, I didn't fill out the application. My mama did. You're not on the show. Look how many people who really took time to fill out this questionnaire, to do all this, that might have been a better match for McKinley, and they didn't make it. And you got somebody else who filled out the application for her, and she interviewed well. What was it about her that interviewed well to make her now? Because you messing with somebody's life. You messing with a guy, and we know McKinley may not. I'm not saying he's 100% clean because he did jump from San Diego to Nashville, but that they do that on reality shows, right? You may not be a fit for this city, but you be a fit for this one. There's people on Ready to Love that went on for DC and ended up in Miami. And so on a Miami show, so it happens that way sometimes. Or you're not ready for this season, and so we'll put you on the next season. So I'm not too much on that per se is that Mack and her really have to have a discussion and try to figure this thing out and see if it can work. The age gap is some of an issue, but we haven't seen that really come into play except for her being a little naive about what she wants and not willing to compromise. Because again, if you want to be adventurous and I want to chill, well, let's compromise. And one day we be adventurous, one day we chill. Or half of the day we be adventurous and half of the day we chill. Let's do both. Like I said, I don't have no problem you being adventurous, but just so you know, I'm a chill person. I like to lay in the house, or I like to lay on the beach, or I like to read a book or whatever. Let's try this thing together. They have to find out what works for them together. And again, it is one of those things where you have two pig-headed people who are not willing to compromise. And she's not willing to compromise for him, and he's not willing to compromise for her, but they both want what they want. This marriage is doomed. It's not gonna happen. I don't see it working out. And like Talisa said, dude got a little bit of paper because cannabis business is rolling. Just look at the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, if he's running a business from Nashville and California where it's legal at,
must be doing good.
He's doing okay. Let him live in his box. But at the end of the day, I guarantee you, when this show is over and if y'all get established and this work out, it may work for you. And that's another thing. Why are you complaining about where he live at now? Y'all living in a nice apartment together.
But then you know the reason he ain't got no place. Y'all know why he ain't got no place, because he's here for Married at First Sight. And why would I get a place and then meet my wife and she say no? I'm not gonna get a place. Like, I mean, I'm gonna just keep. I just really know. And now I didn't realize that he tried out for San Diego. And knowing even that, I'm here for Married at First Sight. I am not about to get me a lease for no year and be with this woman that I just, because they done told him already. I don't care what they tell us about. They told me 2 weeks ago. They be knowing. That's why he moved here. Okay, or moved there. I'm not there. So that's why he moved there, was because of the simple fact that he knew that the possibility of him being on the show was high. So I need to get there and figure out what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna work until I'm not going to get a lease if I can live in my good Judy's mama's basement for the time being that I need it. I'm gonna have 2 months rent free over here. And if we work out, then we're going to have to figure out a place to go together. So if I'm stuck in a lease, I can't do that. But then that's me thinking like that. But also, at this age, I wouldn't be on Married at First Sight. So I don't know. I'm just.
I got a question though. Let's lean into he moved to Nashville for Married at First Sight. Why was he chosen? Because that I feel like that ruins the actual show. Like, it's not for a person to, move around the country wherever you're putting Married at First Sight just because I didn't make it. You just didn't make it. You didn't work out, because now you're putting another, like, it's bad. It's, first off, you're being married. So we know that's a struggle, right? We say, okay, marriage is hard, right? Itself. then so you put another barrier up there, you're a stranger. Now you put another barrier up here, you're new to the city. You know, then you put another barrier for the Mac and Dom specific, they're interracial. You know, so you got all these barriers, and it's like, why was he chosen for this show? Like,
They
I
don't
just
have enough male contestants.
I was gonna
like,
say they didn't have enough people, and they knew he was gonna come again. Let's get him out the way. Cause
but they had more. Well, how many people? How many males is 5? They had at least 6 males, and at least 5 of them were from Nashville or lived in Nashville. You know, like it's like that's the whole thing that we've talked about before. Hey, they need some type of counseling before they get married. They need some type of guidance on how to be married to make this work. And for me, that's what's bothering me the most about this show is that these folks are being put in a situation not to succeed. They're not given all that, like they have access to the experts throughout. But what are you doing before? Like, who are you? Like, why are you picking certain people? Like somebody said in the comments, I don't remember who said it, but they were like a third, like they were saying Dom and Clint should have been matched together, but they also was saying 30 and a 40, 25 and a 40-year-old, that would have caused a big, like they couldn't match them two together.
But aren't they about that same distance anyway?
40 and 25.
I'm saying, Dominique
No,
and McKinley. How is McKinley?
McKinley's 34.
Close enough to 40.
That ain't
Hey.
close.
It's 9 year gap.
Yeah, I mean it's very close.
Like it's like it's almost unfair to us as the viewers, and it's unfair to the people that's actually trying out for the show.
What an unfortunate turn of events.
Unfortunate turn of events. Yeah, true. But that I think that should automatically disqualify you if you're like moving to be on the show, because it's like, what are you here for? Like most people are coming to this show to be married or be famous. And sometimes if you play your cards right, you can do both. But it's just we're looking at a couple, Dom and Mac, who are on the show for the wrong reasons. One, her mom signed her up. 2, he wants to be on the show. He doesn't want to be married, right? Let's go. If he moved to Nashville to be on this show, I don't believe he wants to be married. I believe he's here for the show and the fame that he could get from it. It's an easy way in, you know. So if that's the case, it's like we're seeing like Married at First Sight's ruin. We're seeing them like fail at these for these people. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, we ain't gonna disagree with you, Tommy. I think we all agree with you wholeheartedly on that. It is ruining the show if that is what.
Oh, he loves to hear that.
I do. I be over here power fisting, and
Yeah,
I see the comments. I'm with you, Tommy. Yes, me too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It ruins the show, and what's the point, etc. And in real life, we would not. I mean, we were dating. In real life, you just moved to California. I'm new to California. Oh yeah, let's hang out. I'm gonna take you to my favorite space, but I'm not gonna marry you, right? So I mean, if we think about real life, but of course, this is Married at First Sight. And how many of those people, you know, the track record. And then also when you said if he came on here to be famous, I thought, who's famous? Who? They got a little exposure, but ain't nobody famous. This is not done. They ain't got no spinoff except for that couples cam, and that ain't there no more, is it?
Yeah, they still doing it.
Yeah,
they're doing it again, but probably what the original intent was.
Yeah, it just came back, but it's a little weird. Not weird, but it went back to the original where they get to watch the episode and then talk about it.
Oh,
not
they
following
can pay me to do that. They can pay us. We can get paid right now to watch the episode and talk about it. Do you want us to talk less? Like we could do that too. Tell us what you want. Hello, dear producers, executive producers, show creators. You can pay us. We have great insight.
Right.
But they are getting famous though. You look at what's the couple from New Orleans?
Imani and Woody.
Woody and Imani. They got. Have you seen their YouTube page?
I mean, that's their own, you know, but they getting the money though. They is definitely getting the money.
They getting Glenn and not Glenn.
That's Glenn.
No, not bad, but
Yeah,
what's
man,
the
I mean,
girl name?
I would take the YouTube money they getting though. I
I
ain't
would
there.
too. I would too, man. And it's like, man, it's a way to get in front of people. And then also it's a way to like, cause yeah, you may not be getting famous, but you got some deals that you can make from coming on the show.
Sponsorships, etc. You right?
Yeah, you got some money that can be made from if you play your cards right. You know, you can definitely finesse it into something.
Yeah, they can finesse it into things, but they're not gonna come on there to get famous. Like the most famous person to do Married at First Sight is Jamie Otis. And if you ask the average person on the street who is Jamie Otis, they would just look at you.
Like, I don't know.
If you ask me, I'd be like, she was on Married at First
Yeah, but
Sight.
they're not gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Have you ever voted for politics? Nope.
Nope.
But you know what, Tommy? I had the same thought as you. I was like, so when you say you're going to these places, basically you're just basing it on a city. Because if I was a native Nashville resident, I'd be mad because look at it. We got 3 transplants on there. You got McKinley, who came from Michigan. Nicole is from New York. And Shaquille's not even from there. You don't even have any purebred Nashville people that you have matched up. And, except, the other ones. I'm like, why? I would be really upset that you picked these losers over me.
I would call them.
I'm not calling them losers. You know what I'm saying? But these people having issues with physical attraction and matching up. But you matched them up like it was going to be a good match, and meanwhile they're going to fall apart and end up like Chris and Alyssa or Morgan and Ben, and only be on a few episodes when you could have picked me and I probably would have stuck it out. I'd probably be more compromising than these people. Like,
but I mean, not that you moved to that city because I don't want to say because you moved because people move for different reasons. Shaq moved because of education purposes. Nicole moved because of job. Now McKinley moved for the show. I think that's when there is a line when you move for the show, not because you moved to the city. Because as we go through the whole bunch of Married at First Sight, a lot of people wasn't where they came from. I can just think about Justin and Alexis. She's from New Jersey. He's from Alabama. So I mean, there's a lot of people who not where they came from, but live in that city. But the difference is if Mac moved for the show, then that's the problem. And so I think, but again, what are you chasing? Because if you're chasing a woman, because do you think the woman they would have found for you in San Diego, it was maybe Mac was number 6 in San Diego, and he was
I was gonna say if he was number 6 in San Diego, doesn't mean he's gonna be on the show in Nashville,
right?
But maybe they like
just to be honest, from north to south, we're different people. From east to west, we're different people. We live in Atlanta. I'm from Chattanooga. Like, hey, these folks are different.
Even just the great state of Tennessee. Even just the state of Tennessee, like Tommy and I grew up very, very different.
But we like the same music.
But I'm from West Tennessee, being from Memphis. He's from East Tennessee, being from Chattanooga. Nashville people don't make sense to me at all. Period. Like it just doesn't go around to think that he would just, I'll get it because I moved to Nashville.
Like, right.
I agree. Because people in San Diego is different from people in LA. And people up north in Oakland and San Francisco is definitely different than people in LA. We different. And then when y'all come to LA, y'all be talking about how we different from everywhere else. Y'all, I mean the masses that are not from California, okay? They talk bad about us. Y'all ain't seen them TikToks how bad they talk about California? Listen. They be
standard for LA.
They be talking bad though, okay? Like, and all we say is natives, well, go back where you came from. We ain't want you here no way. We overcrowded. We got people coming from a lot of places. Go on back. You don't have to like it. It's like,
but that's the thing about being a transplant. I don't find anything wrong with a person being a transplant and being picked to be on the show. But the issue is, it's like establish that you're gonna be here, because I can't trust that you guys are gonna work and then like 2 months later you're gonna be ready to move. Like this dude is still dating the city, right? He's still trying to figure out, is this where I want to live? And they picked him for this show. That's bad. That's not a good pick.
And
this girl, like poor Dom, Her mom sitting up here, and you know she doing her mom a solid. We all know that we're those type of people. We do our parents solids, right?
I wouldn't do a solid to get married though.
I'm just saying, like we do solids, right? She's like, oh, it'd be fun. I can get up here. I have the opportunity to say no. That's what's her saving grace is. I'll do it. My mom wanted me to sign up for it. Hey, it's okay. It's cool.
I'm just not crazy enough to do it.
And that's probably what it was with her. That's probably what it was.
Mama
I'm
is tired
crazy
of
enough
talking to
do it.
her all day, every day. Her mama's tired, and so she figured,
Yeah.
let me get you a man so that you got somebody else to talk to. Because you're calling me in the day, you're calling me on your way to work, you're calling me on your way home. The mama got a man. Y'all saw the mama's man.
Yeah,
The mama got a man.
Right.
That's what I'm about to say. Mama got a
She
man.
want her daughter to get her a life. Okay, she tired.
You getting a man
I'm
didn't
just
stop
saying.
me from
No,
talking
no,
to
you
her
serious?
all
I was gonna say the same thing. Mama wants to get her a man. Like,
Mama
get her
wants
off.
her life. Daughter, quit calling me. I was
Me
just
and my
getting
mama
me.
talk
I was
all
getting me
day,
some of
every
that
day.
morning good stuff, and here you come calling me on your way to work, ma'am. Don't.
Right. Like I'm laughing at him because he was like, move. But like that's but the confusing part about her mom was when they got married, all the questions were about if he was gonna protect her or talk up for her because they're black and white.
Yeah, but mom knew what it was at. Mom knew they still in the South, and we know down in the South there are still some issues with that. And I think mom has experienced some things in her life,
Yeah.
and then experienced some things, and wanted to make sure he was willing and he was cool with it.
But
Right?
she should have put specifically, give her a black man.
Yeah.
We ain't
And
got
that's
to-
what she needs. She need if not black, a person of color.
Well,
Mhm.
At
and
minimum.
the mom knew that wasn't her type, or what? Maybe she dates everybody. She's free. But I think the biggest issue is like Tommy said. This girl ain't moving from Nashville. What if she really liked him? What if she really fell with McKinley, right? And she really loved McKinley, and and when he pops up, yo, I'm moving back to Cali. I ain't going.
His business is in Cali.
Mhm.
Is it? I didn't know where his business was.
Okay, time out. I don't know where his business is, but his business is
It's
not in Tennessee.
Nashville.
It is not in Nashville.
Ain't a
So if
legal
you're-
place you can sell cannabis
Right,
in
and
Tennessee.
if you do, you going to jail, and probably the people that knew too. But I'm just saying, it's like they set her up, man, and the fact that she's acting out the way she's acting, that's just her being 25. She don't know any better. Like she could, but she just don't.
D Brown, I'm with you. I talk to my mama more than I talk to my husband. Still,
She's lying. She talked to me all the time.
I talk to my mama all day too.
Yeah.
And if my mama can't find me, she call Tommy.
That's too funny, man.
Hey, Chloe.
Hey, Chloe.
I blame the mama.
I blame Married at First Sight for picking Mac.
Right.
When you blame him for picking Mac, you gotta blame him for picking Dom because
I blame him for picking Don on top of that because the mama she told them that the mama filled that application out. You know she told them. As much as she telling us, she told them.
Yeah,
right.
That was almost like her claim to fame. I ain't do this. I ain't signed up for this.
But when it don't work, it's okay because this is the kind of man my mama wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
My mama wanted me to have this type of man. We see a closing thoughts, man. Closing thoughts on this episode of Married First Sight. I'm looking forward to the next one because I always like when the families come in afterwards and have the little parties. I really enjoy those. But you guys closing thoughts on this past episode of Married First Sight.
I like you said, man, this episode was, to me, it was boring, but I'm looking forward to the Jasmine and Eris cousin talking again, just to see how this how she responds to him feeling the way he's feeling and how vocal she was in the beginning, because this is not something. This is what she said was gonna happen. Basically, hey, you're not gonna be good for this girl. You're gonna have the issue with the girl versus her having the issue. But then she gave the girl, like, she was mean to the girl, basically, to Jasmine. So it's I'm looking forward to that. And follow everybody and do your thing. Everybody on here, like, I'm not good at that stuff. Subscribe to all of us. I love you guys. I've learned to say I love because I want people to feel that. I realize I don't tell my wife I love her enough, man. So I want to make sure I tell her more and tell you guys as well because I appreciate everybody.
Um,
Oh, and I
Saturday
made this shirt
mornings.
finally.
Yeah, he been talking about this
Yeah.
shirt for 8 months.
Yeah.
Saturday mornings we do the coffee breaks 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. One day we'll get a podcast episode back up. Part two with Jack and Glenn. I think that those will be good to have. And as well, we just got to get our lives together. You got anything, sir? All right, he has nothing.
You know he's my favorite person on the panel. Okay, Quad is my favorite person.
Who, me?
Quad
Tommy.
is my favorite person on the look at
Which
it.
Tommy you talking about?
First off, he has been over here just yelling.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Every time we put it on mute, he just like,
I love it. He got a lot to say.
or something.
I'm gonna try to hang in here, y'all. You know, it's not gonna be up on my channel. I'm not gonna be reviewing it for the sake of me putting it up on my channel. I'll be struggling with what I'm reviewing now, which is Ready to Love. So if you got to hear what I want to say, you want to hear what I got to say, you got to meet me here. This is where I'm going to be, over here with Jack and Glenn in August Love Story, sharing my thoughts. I mean, maybe one day, maybe it'll be something so good that I'm all like, let me post this one. Probably not. Nevertheless, like Tommy said, you know, do all the things. Do all the things. Subscribe to all of our channels. Specifically, while you're here, make sure that you are giving us a thumbs up. Because it's really important for the algorithm, okay? So that more people, because we know y'all, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all, but we want the more folks too to come in and to chat and have a conversation. And the more you hit like, the more people will see you interacting with us and be like, oh, them is real people. Anyway, okay, so that's it.
Jack?
D. We want to see more of you, girl. Calm down. I'm just kidding.
I don't have nothing.
You ain't
Nope.
Hey, Tommy, I tell my wife I love her every day too, man. But sometimes she's like, boy, you're doing too much.
Too much.
But you know, I real quick, I do this because, and I'm not to make anybody cry, anybody sad. I do this because in my mind, there's gonna be a day one of us won't be able to say it or get a response, and so I want to be able to know I said it enough. So if that day ever comes, I have no regrets. So I say it because I want her to know that I love her. Now I'm not like Nicole asking every day is the decision day. But listen, my son does it because my son does it.
There's not a time when my son gets off the phone with us, and it don't matter which one of them, if it's me, his dad, his sister, he always says, I love you.
It's important. Take it from me firsthand. Yeah. It's important that I love you as much as it gets on your nerves. It's so important because when you don't hear it, you still hear it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, kudos.
So Tommy, keep showing the love, brother. Keep showing the love. Oh man, make sure once again, everybody said it. Subscribe button, share, whatever you need to see us do. If you have any ideas of things that you want us to talk about or see us do, hey, leave a comment in the comment section because we love to do different ideas and do things together. Oh, tears! I mean, y'all, look, it's not even. We just lost a 24-year-old kid that was real close to us. So I always tell people I love them. So, hey, love y'all, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace. You ain't got a pet.